If you got married before 1995, there is a very high probability that one of you earned significantly more than the other over the course of your working lives. That is not an assumption. That is demographic fact. In the early 1990s, the husband was the sole breadwinner in nearly half of all American marriages. In another 42%, the husband was the primary earner. That means in roughly 9 out of 10 couples who married during that era, one spouse built a substantially larger Social Security record than the other. And that gap is the exact scenario where the spousal benefit exists to put money in your pocket. The problem is that the Social Security Administration has never once sent either of you a letter explaining that this benefit exists, how to file for it, or how much money you are leaving on the table every single month you go without it. Before we continue, every form, every deadline, every exemption I just walked you through, I've put it all in one place. State by state, form by form, laid out so any senior can find exactly what applies to them in under 5 minutes. It's called the Senior Benefits Playbook. It's in the first pinned comment right below this video. Tap it once and you'll have everything you need. Now stay right here because the next section is the one most people miss. My name is Thomas. I study the federal benefit rules that affect seniors and retirees. The rules that government agencies will not explain to you unless you already know the right questions to ask. And what I see over and over again with couples who have been married 30 or more years is the same pattern. The higher earner filed for Social Security. The lower earner filed for Social Security. Both received benefits based on their own individual earnings records. Neither was ever told that the lower earner could be collecting up to 50% of the higher earner's benefit instead. That is not a bonus. That is not a special program. It is a standard provision of the Social Security Act under 42 U.S.C. Section 402 that has existed since 1939. And the agency processes what you file. If you only file for your own retirement benefit, that is all you will receive, even if the spousal benefit would pay you hundreds of dollars more every month. Here's how the math works. The spousal benefit entitles the lower earning spouse to receive up to 50% of the higher earning spouse's primary insurance amount. That is the benefit calculated at full retirement age, not the amount they receive if they filed early, and not the increased amount if they delayed to 70. 50% of the primary insurance amount. In 2026, the maximum primary insurance amount at full retirement age is $4,152 per month. 50% of that is $2,076. For couples who married before 1995 and followed the traditional single earner or primary earner model, this benefit can represent a massive increase for the lower earning spouse. And almost none of them know it exists. Let me show you exactly what this costs when it is missed. Consider a couple named Frank and Donna. They married in 1988. Frank spent 35 years working as a logistics supervisor. His Social Security benefit at full retirement age is $3,200 per month. Donna worked part-time as a teacher's aide for 12 years while raising their 3 children. Then left the workforce entirely in 2003 to care for her mother. Her own Social Security benefit, based on her earnings record, is $480 per month. Donna filed for her own benefit at 62 because a friend told her she should start collecting as soon as she could. No one at the Social Security Administration asked her whether she was married. No one asked her what her husband's benefit amount was. No one mentioned the spousal benefit. No one explained that she might be entitled to 50% of Frank's primary insurance amount, which would be $1,600 per month instead of $480. That is a difference of $1,120 every single month. Over a single year, that is $13,440. Over a decade, it exceeds $130,000. Donna has been collecting $480 per month for 3 years. During those 3 years, she has left more than $40,000 sitting inside the Social Security system uncollected. That money was always legally hers. She never filed the right claim. But here is where it gets worse. Because Donna filed at 62 instead of waiting until her full retirement age of 67, her spousal benefit is permanently reduced. Instead of receiving the full 50%, she is locked in at 32.5% of Frank's primary insurance amount for the rest of her life. That means instead of $1,600, she receives $1,040. Still more than double what she is currently collecting. But she permanently lost $560 per month by filing 5 years too early. Over a 20-year retirement, that early filing penalty alone cost her more than $130,000. And she made that decision without ever being told there was another option. Here's why this matters specifically to couples who married before 1995. You are the generation that is most likely to have a large earnings gap between spouses. You are the generation where one spouse, most often the wife, spent years out of the workforce raising children, caring for aging parents, or working part-time in positions that did not build a significant Social Security record. You are also the generation that is now in your 60s and 70s, which means you are either in the middle of collecting benefits right now or you are about to file. And you are making these decisions without the one piece of information that matters most. That your spouse can claim a benefit based on your record that may be 2 or 3 times larger than the benefit based on their own record. The SSA will not bring this up. It will not compare your records. It will not optimize your household income. That responsibility falls entirely on you. There is one additional rule that catches long-married couples off guard. The higher-earning spouse must already be receiving their own Social Security benefit before the lower-earning spouse can claim the spousal benefit. If Frank is 68 and still working and has not filed for Social Security, Donna cannot claim the spousal benefit. She is locked out regardless of her age or her eligibility. Many couples in this situation make the mistake of having the lower earner file for their own small benefit while waiting for the higher earner to retire, not realizing that the lower earner's filing decision has already locked in a permanent reduction that will carry over to the spousal benefit later. Under the deemed filing rule, which applies to everyone born after January 1st, 1954, filing for your own retirement benefit automatically triggers a filing for the spousal benefit if you are eligible for both. You cannot separate the two. Filing early for one means filing early for both, and that early reduction is permanent. There is also a rule most people assume is true, but is not. The spousal benefit does not grow if the higher earning spouse delays past full retirement age. Frank's own benefit increases by 8% per year if he delays from 67 to 70. But Donna's spousal benefit is capped at 50% of Frank's primary insurance amount, regardless of when he files. Those delayed credits do not pass through to the spousal benefit. They only pass through to the survivor benefit Donna would receive after Frank dies. That distinction is one most couples never learn until too late. Here are your action steps. Execute them in order. Step 1. Both spouses should log into their My Social Security accounts at ssa.gov and pull up their most recent benefit statements. Compare the two primary insurance amounts listed on each statement. If one spouse's amount is less than 50% of the other's, the lower earning spouse is likely entitled to a spousal benefit. Step 2. Call the Social Security Administration at 1-800-772-1213. Tell the representative that you are a married couple and you want a written comparison of each spouse's retirement benefit against the spousal benefit available on the other spouse's record. Use that exact phrasing. Write down the representative's name and the date. Step 3. If neither of you has filed yet, do not file until you understand the spousal benefit calculation and the impact of filing age on both your own benefit and the spousal benefit. Filing at 62 permanently reduces the spousal benefit from 50% to 32.5% of the higher earner's primary insurance amount. That reduction cannot be undone. Step 4. If you have already filed and you believe the spousal benefit was never applied to your account, call the SSA immediately and ask them to review your record for any unclaimed spousal benefit. If you filed within the last 12 months, you may be able to withdraw your application and refile. If you filed more than 12 months ago, the SSA can still apply the spousal benefit going forward from the date you requested, but you cannot recover the months that have already passed beyond a 6-month retroactive window. You were married before 1995. You built a life together for over 30 years. One of you earned more. One of you earned less. The Social Security system has a provision designed specifically for your situation. It has existed since 1939, and no one at the agency was ever required to tell you about it. Now you know it exists. File before another month passes.